Night with all that wind. I hope you're safe and well, and that your house is as well. I've got two big panels that have just blown over in my garden, so it looks a bit of a mess, but hey, we're safe. And the sun is out. But it is windy, and that wind factor is chilly. So it's not that warm yet. So with that in mind, we're going to do a lovely vigorous practice today to get you warmer, more energized, and I hope feeling less tight and stiff. Now, yogis will need just a couple of cans today, okay? So your own weights if you have them. If you don't, a couple of 400-gram cans from the kitchen cupboard will do, okay? I think Amy said we've got 28 people and possibly more attending this morning. So thank you so much. Again, your support keeps these sessions going. And do feel, if you'd like to, a small contribution at the end. You can go to the donation page and leave a donation if you wish to. It's entirely your choice. Make sure as well that you've got some water to hand. Stay hydrated. Just grab a little sip of tea or hot water or herb juice, whatever. But do stay hydrated because we will be warming and energizing and building the heat. So make sure you've got some water. Loose fitting clothing. Today I sort of had this wrapped around me, my fleece, but actually I don't feel I need it. But again, when we come to finishing and doing our relaxation, you may want to put a layer on because the body temperature comes cold. By all means, keep your socks on if you need to. We'll start with just a few deep breaths here. So we're going to change it a little bit today. We're going to make this a little bit more dynamic. So we're going to roll the shoulders back a few times and forwards just to loosen the torso. We're going to just shake the hands out, open and close the fingers, just starting to awaken the body, okay? Okay, so we'll sit back and let's just take some deep breaths in and out here, okay? I want you to turn your palms uppermost. This opens the clavicle area, as we know, resting the hands on the thighs. Now, your eyes can be open or closed, but today we're going to do a different type of breath. We're going to simply inhale through the nostrils, and we're going to open the mouth and sigh the breath away. And we make that R sound to really get rid of all the stagnant air that may be sitting in the very base of our lungs, okay? So this is great for lung capacity, and it's really, really good for giving you energy, okay? So feeding the body with that energy. So let's take 5 breaths. We're going to breathe in, open the mouth and sigh the breath away. Let's do that 3 more times. Breathing in, sigh the breath away. Inhale through the nostrils, open the mouth, and twice more to finish. Last one with me. Fantastic, good. Now let's roll those shoulders back. Shake it out one more time. Shake the legs out as well. That's it. Just because we're sitting doesn't mean to say we're not moving or energizing the body. And then relax. We'll start with the lower half today, yogis. Remember, we're just opening up what we call the major joints. That'll be the toes, the feet, the whole feet, ankles, knees, and hips. And then when we move into the upper body, it'll be the fingers, hands, wrist joints, elbows, shoulder, and the neck joints, okay? So they're just the major joints today. Okay, so let's take a deep breath in. Open the mouth, sigh the breath away again. Good. And then as you next inhale, with your feet hip width apart, sitting tall, just scrunch the toes up and flick them away. We're going to do 6 of those. Breathing in, we scrunch up the toes. Breathing out, we flick away. Breathing in, scrunch up the toes. Breathing out, flicking away. Now, if this elicits cramp in the feet, then just stop and massage the toes. But as long as you do it gently, just scrunching up the toes gently, flicking and stretching them away. Try one more for me. Breathing in as you scrunch, breathing out as you release, and then place the toes down. Bring them a little bit forward. Come forwards now on your chair if you can. And we'll just have a little bit of toe gym, shall we, today? So we're going to lift the toes, give them a good wiggle and stretch. They may be quite chilly. If you've got socks on, this does restrict the movement a little bit, but it still can be done. Now I want you to place just your big toes on the floor. Leave the other 4 toes on both feet up, raised up, just pushing the toes, the big toes into the floor. Lift them up, give them a wiggle and stretch. Now with great care, See if you can place just the little toe down, leaving the other 4 toes raised. Don't worry if it doesn't happen. It's simply about having a go. And then lift them, give them a wiggle. Now, what about placing big toe down and little toe, leaving the other 3 toes up? And if you were zooming in on my feet, you can see one side I can do it, the other I can't. But again, it's forming that intention and having a go. Lift all the toes, spread them and fan them apart and release them back to the floor. Lift them again, wiggle them, stretch them, be aware of them, fan them apart and place them on the floor. Well done. Well, we're going to sit back and stay with our feet. We're going to raise that right foot and just start to flex it gently. It doesn't have to be raised high. 3 or 4 times. One can add the breath if one wishes to. So that's inhaling down, exhaling towards you, breathing in, push the foot down, breathing out, bring it towards you. 2 more. Inhale and exhale gently. That's it. Lovely stretch for the front of the foot and release. Now start to untie the knots in the ankle. And I always recommend between 5 and 10 rotations slowly. Again, it really depends how your ankles are feeling physically this morning. Stop if you need to, remember. And then we'll repeat that in the opposite direction with the same ankle, between 5 and 10 slow rotations. And enjoy the process. You're untying the knots, remember. Stop when you need to, release, and we'll switch legs. So now I'm raising the left leg, inhale and exhale, between 5 and 6 little flexions with the foot if you can, or as many as feels comfortable. And we're not raising the leg particularly high, in alignment with the hip ideally, but lower the leg a little if it's more comfortable. That's it. Let's do 1 more and then we'll start our rotations. So between 5 and 10 small rotations in one direction. Again, take your time, don't rush this. And then repeating that in the opposite direction. Now while you're doing this, try to be as aware as you can, sitting tall in the chair and breathing deeply through the nostrils. That's good. And release down. Should we try both together? Let's see if they're awake. Let's raise both and we'll just flex one forwards and one back. Pushing one toe forwards and the other foot forwards. And we'll do 4 more. So that's 1 and 2. And you can add the breath here. Inhale and exhale for 3. Once more. Lovely. And bring the feet together. And then push them forwards and back. And 3 more. 1. Good. Try and keep the feet or ankles fairly close. You may feel this on the thighs. That's great. And release. We're going to separate and do our wiper blade stretch. So if, like me, you're possibly going to be in the garden later, all of this works really good when we're bending down, when we're standing, when we're doing stuff in the garden, or if we're going to go for a walk later. All of this is a fantastic investment for your balance and your feet. And just like a pair of wiper blades, just turning them carefully from side to side if you can. Once more on each side and relax. Now we're going to separate them. This works our legs. This is quite a nice exercise for the kneecap. And we just draw them in towards one another. Nice big circles, freeing the ankle of any extra tension and tightness. Lovely. Now the opposite direction, as wide a circles as you comfortably can. About 2 more if that's comfortable. Lovely. And release down. Excellent. Okay. We'll move straight into the knee joint today. How are your knees today? It's not quite as cold, the temperature's risen, and that of course can affect things like arthritis and rheumatism arthritis. So again, if you notice the difference, you may notice your knees aren't as stiff today, but that's not to say some people really notice their joints are much tighter and stiffer in the morning. This is the anti-rheumatic exercise for the knees, and it's incredibly healing. So, and strengthening, should I say. So we're going to raise that right knee. Let's hold on to alternate elbows or perhaps the wrists underneath the right thigh. We're going to do our knee cranks today, yogis, from the knee down to the foot, as wide a circles as we can. Now sit back in your chair. Make sure your left foot's firmly established on the floor. Sit with a tall spine, looking forwards. And between 3 and 5, okay? 3 and 5 knee cranks. And then switching directions with the same knee. Lovely. Make sure you're breathing. Excellent. Once more if you can. And release down. Lovely. Now, again, it doesn't matter how big and wide these circles are, do them with care. If you find it's really uncomfortable, then why not wait and join me in the next exercise that may be gentler for the knees, okay? So I'm now going to repeat that on my left side, hands holding onto alternate elbow or the wrists if easier, and now bending the left knee. Remember the movement just from the knee down to the foot, yogis, always worth mentioning that. And just as wide a circles as you comfortably can. I'm going to stress the word comfortably here. Good. I've done 5, so 5 in the opposite direction if you can. Remember, if 5 is too many, just simply do 1 or 2. As long as you get a little movement in there, that's really key. But if you find that exercise just doesn't suit your knees, then just take a moment and we're going to do another exercise that may suit you. And with this one, if I turn slightly to one side, you can see the movement better. I'm going to sit back and just interlace my fingers underneath the right knee. And I'm going to draw it close and then extend it and flex the feet. And I'm going to do 6 of those. Now what this does, yogis, is it's a nice alternative to that last knee crank, which I do appreciate not everyone can do. Or maybe you just find really uncomfortable doing for your knee. So this is just as good, just as healing, and just as strengthening. I'm going to do one more. Breathing in, breathing out and straightening. Good. And then let me turn to the other side so you can see again. Sit back. We hug the knee in, the left knee, straight and keep it at hip height. Flex the feet if you can. And again, the same amount on each side ideally. Between 3 and 6 if you can. And breathing in, breathing out. Don't rush them. Take your time. And if there's any discomfort, then do please stop, remember. Don't strain, not in our yoga. I say it a lot, but it's true. Your yoga shouldn't hurt. Your chair yoga should not hurt, okay? We're not here to hurt ourselves. And then we release down. Good, okay. Well, time to go into the hips now, yogis. So let's come forwards and just go into a wide, sort of a seated squat, I guess. Wide seated squat. So can you see my toes are out, my heels are in, and I can already feel that stretch here on my inner groin, into my thighs, and all the way down to my own ankle. That's a deep stretch. So sit back, keep the spine tall and supported on the mat, and we'll just take 5 deep breaths. I want you to bring the palms together. And if you want to add a little stretch into the chest, you can just keep the elbows wide and open, palms pressing together at the height of the chest, and feel that work in the chest as well. So I'm pushing the hands together, but without straining. Let's take 3 more breaths. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Sit tall if you can. Only take your legs as wide apart as they comfortably can go. So listen to your hips, yogis. Don't strain them. Breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. Aim for another deep breath in and out if you can. And exhale, release. Lovely work. Well, whilst we're here, we're going to just bring the knees in, relax them, and we'll go for another stretch, okay? So let's keep the knees together, feet wide apart, and just open and close the knees. I find it's more stable to hold on to the sides of the chair here, and that helps me to keep my spine tall. And again, this is just a nice little softening exercise for your pelvis and your hip region, but stop if you need to. And then let's reverse that by bringing the feet in, keeping them together and opening the knees. And that reverses that opening. Again, keep the spine tall and keep the breath relaxed and even if you can. Well done. And then come to relaxation again. Sit back. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Let's open the mouth and release the energy, any stagnant energy. Good. And again, breathing in. Lovely. Well, we'll move straight into the upper body. I want to finish this work in the upper body by 12, giving us a full half an hour to get a little bit more energy going and do some more dynamic work. So sit back, yogis, when you're ready. Also, now's the opportunity just to grab a sip of water if you need to. Keep your feet hip width apart, and we'll start with the upper body. So let's bring the arms to shoulder height, palms facing down. We're going to make that loose fist like we did with the feet, and open and stretch the fingers. And we'll do 6 of those. Inhale, exhale, extend the fingers, but don't strain them. Breathing in, loose fist. breathing out. Try 3 more if you can. Inhale, exhale, good. Breathing in, breathing out. Once more for those that can. Of course, you can stop if you need to, or even carry on. We're going to stop, relax, and now we're going to move into the wrist joints. So make 2 little fists again if you can. Keep the arms at shoulder height for me, and just start to turn them inwards towards one another. We'll work both of them together today. Now about 10 of those will untie the knots there, particularly if you've been doing a lot of computer work this week or a lot of gardening. You may have used your hands and wrists more than usual. Let's go in the opposite direction now, yogis, untying the knots. So both wrist joints very gently moving away from one another, and about 10 of those slowly if you can. Stop when you think you've done that many, and we'll try both together. Just see if you can begin, one in one direction and the other in the opposite direction. And I like us to do this because it allows us to communicate not only with our body, but that superhighway is connecting to the brain as well. Firing up, communicating, and that's so good for health, holistic health, cerebral health as we know, and physical health. Should we have a go in the other direction? Pause when you can, one in one direction and the other in the opposite direction. Now, if you get tired, and you may feel this on the shoulders, then stop when you need to. Don't worry if it's not happening today. Just have a go, and with progress and perseverance, it really does get better. Well done. Release when you're ready. Shake it out, yogis. Open and close the fingers. Just relax the wrists and arms. Well done. We'll move straight into the elbow. We'll spend a little time on the shoulder and neck because they, again, are classic tighten and tension areas. And we want to tension tame those areas today. So just with the elbow, should we do a nice, simple palms opening, shoulder height with the arms, breathing in, bring them in, breathing out, open. Then take them wide. Bring the fingertips in and take them out. And we just repeat that. So we come forwards, inhale, fingers on shoulders, exhale, opening into the shoulder, out to the side, breathing in again, breathing out. This little exercise helps to firm the arms as well. Inhale, exhale, lovely. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 3 more. 1, good, and 2, and last one. So inhale as you bring the fingers in, exhale as you open, inhale again, and lastly exhale, and then relax the arms. Good. Start to think about how nice it will feel just to roll those shoulders back, and do that if you wish to. Let's do that about 8 times. There's 4 little rotations. That's it. 4 more, nice and slowly. The slower the better, so you can feel physically the effects of these shoulder openers. Good. And then about 8 of those in a forwards direction. Hands resting on thighs, still very aware of sitting with a tall spine and looking forwards. And of course here, our breath needs to be relaxed and even, either through the mouth or through the nostrils. And then pause. Good. Well, let's take the hands back to the shoulders, and we'll do our little circles here. So it's as if we've got 2 very sharp pencils on the end of our elbows, yogis, and we're simply going to draw little circles in a forwards direction. Now again, if there's any discomfort in the shoulder region, by all means stop if you need to, but if you can, we'll do 5 more. Here again, we sit with a tall spine, feet hip width apart, and just breathing normally through the nostrils. And then let's go backwards now, as if we were trying to draw small, accurate little circles with the elbows. Good. And you can either close the eyes and visualize or imagine those circles, or simply gaze softly ahead and relax the body and the face. Good. Once more, I'm going to go back. I'm going to then release, and then just a few rotations back to observe the sensations, and forwards again. Good. Okay. That's lovely. Okay, let's just shake it out one more time. That's it. Shaking arms, releasing any unspent tension, up and down a couple of times, and open and close those fingers. Lovely. Now we're going to do some neck work just to finish on, and then that'll be all of the joints done, and we'll move into some stronger, more dynamic work. Remember, if you've got any neck issues, by all means feel free to leave or skip these poses out. Just go gently, because our neck, again, all the nerve centres in the neck run through and connect with the rest of the body. So we're working with quite an intricate piece of kit here, so go gently. I'm going to sit back, take a nice deep breath in, open the mouth and sigh the breath away. Now we're ready. Okay, so all we're going to do today is drop the right ear to the right shoulder. For many people, that's enough of a stretch. But if you want to make it a little deeper, perhaps bringing the right hand up to cover the left ear and pointing the left hand slightly away and down towards the floor, just as I'm demonstrating now. And this just accentuates a deeper stretch. Again, don't tug at your neck, be very gentle, either closing the eyes or looking ahead. We're going to hang out here for 2 more lovely deep breaths in and out so that we're giving this area the lovely stretch it deserves. Breathing in, breathing out through mouth or nostrils, breathing in, breathe out through the mouth or the nostrils. Good. Let's come back to the center, release the hair. Good. We'll try the other side. So now, carefully bring the left ear down to the left shoulder. Have a moment just to recognize the stretch in the opposite side. Again, if you wish to, go a little deeper. That left hand covers the right ear. Right arm goes away and pointing down. And again, let's enjoy at least 2 slow breaths. Again, if you can, breathe in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. One more deep breath in, out through the mouth. Fantastic. And come back slowly. Relax and roll those shoulders back, good, and forwards. Remember, these are great to do. You don't need to do them for very long, but they really do untighten those knots. Well, now, yogis, let's just do a little stretch for the back of the neck. So I profile myself to the side so you can see. Sitting tall, I'm going to inhale and drop the chin to the chest. Hold for 1 or 2 seconds. Exhale and raise my head and chin back up to the central position. Now we're going to do 2 more slowly. Here we go. Breathing in. Chin to chest. Relax and hold the breath. And when you're ready to exhale, just bringing the head back up to the center. If it's comfortable, once more slowly. Breathing in deeply. Chin to chest as we suspend the breath, relax the shoulders, enjoy the stretch, all the way down to the low back. Exhale slowly, raising the head and gazing ahead, relax here. And then roll those shoulders back again. Good work, yogis. So nice to work the neck, isn't it? And again, do those slowly. Every day I'd recommend, and they really do help. Now we've got a couple of minutes. So we'll just finish with 1 more neck work, okay? 1 more neck posture. And we're going to turn the head very gently to the left. We're going to inhale and simply glide the head to the right. We do that 4 times. Inhale, you turn the head in one direction. Exhale as if you're gliding and turning the head to the right. 2 more. Breathing in. Make sure you're not straining. Breathing out to the other side. And the last time, inhale. Turn the head smoothly and slowly to your left. And exhale smoothly and slowly to the right. And bring the head back. Lovely. Shake it out, yogis. Feet, hands. Take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out through the mouth. And relax here. Good. Well, we've finished with loads of time. We've done those upper body and lower half. So again, just take a moment. Notice if you feel warmer and more energized. And we'll move straight into the stronger stuff, as I call it. Now, don't be put off or deterred, because this, again, is going at your pace. I just want to stress that. Again, stop if you need to. Slow it down if you need to. Even skip a pose if you want to, okay? Just do as much or as little as you can. Have some fun along the way. Okay, so we'll start to march. Now, we've got our cans. We're going to use those in a minute, but We need to get the body warm, okay? Let's not let it get cold. Let's start to really reap the benefits of those open joints now. So when you're ready, with the feet hip width apart, I just want you to start to march on the spot. Don't add the arms yet, just get the feet going. Good. Don't have to raise the knees that high, just gently marching on the spot with your feet. Good. Breathe. Now let's add the arms. So what I want you to do is make 2 loose fists with your hands. I'm going to start to march on the spot with them. Okay, that's it. And we're going to do this for about 20 seconds. It really does start to get the heart pumping, blood flowing, and get you warmer, I hope, okay? So that hopefully you'll be taking layers off soon as well. So here we go. Let's count for 20. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now remember to breathe. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 10 more. 1 and 2. Slow it down if you need to, or even speed it up. 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Now don't stop, keep going. I'm just going to change the position of the arms, okay? So I want you to take them out to the side and keep going for 10. Here we go. Just shoulder height. 1 and 2 and 3, good, and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, and up for 1 and 2, good, punching up for 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, and down for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, and lastly forwards for 10 and 9 and 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, that's a couple of minutes almost. Sit back. Now you can feel the breath, I'm sure. Roll the shoulders back. Let's take a deep breath in. Open the mouth. Sigh the breath away. 2 more. Breathing in if you can. Open the mouth. Release the stagnant air. And 1 more deep breath in with me. Fantastic. Now we're going to go again. We're going to go again. So let's go. When you're ready, start to march on the spot. Let's add the arms, okay? So here we go. Then we're going to try this for a couple of minutes, stopping in between. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. And punching up for 10 and 9 and 8. That's it. 7 and 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And punching down for 10, 9, 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out to the side for 10 and 9, 8. Keep going. That's it. 7, 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And forwards. 10 and 9, 8 and 7. Breathe. 6 and 5. Well done. 4, 3, 2 and 1. Pause. Well done. What we're doing is little 1-minute vignettes, raising and coming down, raising and coming out. They help us to stay fit, strong and energized, okay? So don't worry if you're out of breath, so am I. That's great because we're getting the heart going. Let's just take 3 deep breaths, but we're going to have the arms. So inhale for me, sit tall. You can look up or forwards. Exhale, release. And twice more if you can. Breathing in. This is just a moment to recognize that lovely tall spine. Exhale, release. Good. Once more. Inhale. Fill the lungs, either through the mouth or the nose. Exhale, release. Roll the shoulders back. Good. We're going to keep going. Remember, stop when you need to. Have a sip of water. Carry on. Do as much or as little as you can. Come forwards, yogis. I want you to go into a wide-legged squat again. Okay, wide-legged stance. Toes are out, heels are in. Now, I'm fairly wide with the legs, but you don't have to be. Even if you're here, that is brilliant. Immediately, you're opening up all the way down to your inner ankle, and you're just releasing some of the tension that's hidden in the inner thigh. We don't even know it's there until we start to work these areas. Now I've got 2 cans, so I thought it'd be nice to just do this nice opening here. We're not going to march, we're going to give the legs a rest, but we may come back to marching. But grab your cans. Now, what I should say here is if you're not using weights and cans, please don't worry, you will not be left out. Just continue to make a loose fist as you did earlier when you were punching, and just follow me as if you had two cans, because you'll still be firming and using your arms. This just adds resistance, okay? So only use your cans if you feel confident and your back's strong enough. What are we going to do? Well, first of all, we're going to take a deep breath in and remind ourselves to sit tall, that's the word. Breathing out, having trouble with my mouth today. So, okay, and all we're going to do is we're going to inhale, bring the cans here, exhale, they come over the head if they can, touching, so grip them with care. Inhale back to your shoulders and exhale down. Okay, and we'll try 10 seconds. Here we go. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhale and exhale. There's one. Good. And two. Now, this doesn't need to be performed fast, okay? In fact, the slower the better, so that you do it carefully, methodically, and you are safe, okay? Breathing in, breathing out. Lovely. Breathing in, breathing out. Should we do 5 more after this? Again, take care. If you find it's a little bit too much for your shoulders and arms, then, as I say, simply make 2 loose fists and do all this work without the cans. 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. So what we're doing is we're still working to a really high capacity, but we're just letting the breath settle, okay? In a few more minutes, we can start to raise that heart rate again. This is strengthening work, yogis, okay? Firming the arms, keeping them strong. That's the last one. In fact, I'm going to ask you to do 1 more. Here we go. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. Now sit back and take a deep breath in, relax the shoulders, let the arms have a moment to rest. Good, breathing out. Lovely. Now what I'm going to do now is a little bit of chest work, okay, keeping the chest strong. I bring the cans in front of me. I'm going to exhale, take them wide, squeeze the shoulder blades apart, but grip the cans with care and come back, okay? So as if we were at the gym, not that we are, just like one of those chest presses, that's sort of what we're doing. And remember, you can either just have your hands in loose fists that will be adding more tension and tightness, and obviously this weight work is strengthening, okay? So sit tall, feet apart again, work the inner thigh, hands at the chest, hands at the chest, here we go. Breathe in and squeeze the shoulder blades together, but take care. Breathe out and bring them back in alignment with the chest. We'll do 10. Inhale, good. Exhale, be very careful not to swing the arms back, okay, just as if you're at the gym using one of those chest presses. Look forwards, keep the neck strong, and breathe evenly. So I'm inhaling as I open, exhaling as I come here. Let's try 5 more. Breathing in, good. Breathing out. Inhale, lovely work. Exhale, arms are firmer, remember 400 grams of weight in each hand. That's 800 grams you're lifting at the moment. Okay, but don't feel you have to. Use your hands, just a loose fist if you prefer. Once more. Inhale, hold, look forwards, feel the stretch, and exhale with care. Good. Put the cans down for a moment, give your arms a rest, walk the feet in, and guess what? It's time to march again. March on the spot. Let's get that heart rate up again. So we stop, we do some strengthening work, and then we do some more sort of heart-burning work. So sit back if that's comfortable, bring the legs in, march again on the spot, add the arms, but this time go wide with the legs and bring them in. Let's do 10. 10, good. 9 and 8, get a bit faster if you can. 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2, last one, yogis, and 1. Keep marching, but bring the legs in and just see if you can raise the knees a little higher. Good, let's add the arms again. Are we ready? We're going to punch forwards for 10. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Keep marching. 6 and 7. Good. 8, 9 and 10. Punch up for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Let's punch down. 10 and 9. 8. Keep going. 7, 6, you're doing well, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out to the side for 20. So 10 and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 10 more. 10. Get a little faster if you can. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And forwards. 10, 9. Slow it down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Last bit. 2, 1. Well done. Sit back. Take a break. Relax the shoulders. Shake it out and breathe. You did really well. Okay, let's take 2 deep breaths in. Open the mouth. Sigh the breath away. Breathe in again gently. Fantastic. Feel warmer? I hope you do. Time to grab your cans again. Now, what I thought would be nice was just to do a little bit more different work again. We always like to vary what we do, but we will go wide. All of this work helps to open up, remember, into the groin, into those stiff hips. And I'm going to hold just one can, so I will put one down. So just one can, yogis. Take that in your right hand. And all I want you to do is to bring it up as you breathe in and out. I'm resting, my left hand on my left thigh. And I'm coming over very gently. I can feel the stretch. Grip that can with care and release. And we do 6. 1. Good. And 2. That's it. Not rushing. And 3. Little side bend. Adding that resistance work. Lovely. Can we do 3 more? And 4. Good. Just very gently coming into a very strong side bend because we're adding the weight for 5. Just coming gently over to your side. Last time. And 6. And release. Good. Now switch hands. Can goes in the left hand. Again, right palm resting. Again, uppermost on the thigh. And just bringing it over very gently. Remember, you don't have to use a can if you prefer not to. 6 of those. There's 1. And 2, we may find one side easier, so really slow, yogis. Grip your can, please. And anybody knocking themselves out here. And 4, well done. Notice if the sides of the body feel different. Good, so lovely side bend, but we're making it much stronger. And 5. It will do 2 more, because we did 2 more first time before we started counting, didn't we? So if you can, make this the last one. Inhale, good. Exhale, that's brilliant. Now, I'd like us to just do 1 more, but if your back's sore, by all means put the cans down, make a loose fist if you prefer. And this is going to be the last one, okay? So we stay wide, we bring the cans here, so they're looking forwards, elbows close to the body, and I take them up, down, and out, and back, okay? So my cans, I've just turned them, they're facing you. Elbows close to the body, we're going to do 10. Here we go. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Inhale up. Lovely. Exhale out. And back. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Let's do 6 more. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. Go at your own pace. I'm going to do 5 more. And again, if you feel it's too strong with the cans, just make 2 loose fists and you'll still be firming your arms. This is strong work. I'm going to do 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Keep going. That's it. 1 more. This is the last one. Coming up and out. Lovely. And then come in and do put them down carefully. Shake it out. You did so well. Look at that. Nearly 12 minutes past. And roll the shoulders back. It's an awful lot of work there with the cans. So let's come up and start to do some work. Really using our chair, the back, the side of the chair. Grab some water if you need to. And then join in. So let's turn the back of the chair now, yogis. So we're facing the back of the chair. Again, just make sure that you've got plenty of room, non-slip, you're not going to hurt yourself. And then why don't we work the hamstrings? We've not really looked at them yet, have we? We've done a lot of marching on the spot. We haven't really stretched. So this is a balance. It's one we often do. We haven't done it for long, really, that much. But it's one we used to look at last year. And it is very good for posture, the toes and the hamstrings. It is a balance. So I'm going to hold on to the back of the chair, feet hip width apart. Inhale, I'm going to come up onto the ball of the foot. Exhale down and then rock back and lift my toes. So I stretch both ankle, heel, and in fact the whole foot and the hamstring. So inhale up, rocking back and lifting up. And 10 of those. We've done 2. And we can add the breath. Inhale as you come up, pause, feel the stretch. Exhale back and lift the toes. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do 5 more. Breathing in, breathing out. Hold on to the chair for support. Gaze ahead softly. Relax your jaw and your facial features. Use the breath. 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. So this is strengthening. And this is the last one. Let's hold it. Build a bit of stamina. Take a breath in. When you're ready to exhale, release. Good. Shake it out, yogis. I do like that one. Now, what we haven't done for a while is we haven't really done very much warrior work. So let's work arms and legs together. We're facing the back of the chair. I'd like you to place your right foot in between the chair legs and turn your left foot out 45 degrees. So as you bend the front knee, you're facing the back of your chair. Make sure your hips are squared to the back of the chair. And as you bend the front knee, you can still see the tops of your right toes. It's okay to come over the ankle, but not the toes, yogis. Now, if we didn't feel confident today of taking our hands away, then we can simply rest our hands on that chair, top of the chair, and look forwards and roll the shoulders back and just lift the chest a little as we gaze ahead. However, if we'd like to, we can bring the hands to the prayer position, lunge a little deeper, feel that nice stretch in the back calf muscle, and hold for 3 breaths. We're going to breathe in. Remember, the hands can stay on the chair if that feels easier today, yogis. You have that choice. Soft gaze ahead. 1 more deep breath in. And then I want you to release and switch sides, okay? So this is the first little bit of work for the legs. We're bending the front knee, hips square to the back. We can hold on to the chair, turn the back foot out 45 degrees, or for those that can and wish to, hands here at the prayer position. We roll the shoulders back and we're really exploring that lovely stretch in the hip, the quadricep muscles, the thighs, and potentially the back calf muscle may also be feeling that stretch today. And as we gaze ahead, we can invite the breath in, breathing in, breathing out. 1 more inhale. Exhale. Now bring the legs together. Well done. And just shake it out. It's always worth shaking the legs out if they get tight. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is use the side of the chair. So I'm going to turn the chair so that the back of the chair is facing outwards, and I'm coming off my mat so I can show you this. Not a dissimilar pose, a little bit stronger because I'm going to add the upper body now. So my right foot goes forwards, my left foot turns out 45 degrees. Hopefully you can see that, just moving a little. But I've got my right hand on the chair to steady me. So the same pose, exactly the same pose, all I've done is gone wider, but one hand holding onto the chair, which leaves my left hand free. And I'm going to raise that up, sink a little deeper, and hold. And we hold for 3 breaths. Now what this does, it just gives a delicious stretch to the side body. Right hand on the chair, left arm up, gazing ahead, still coming into that lovely deep lunge, turning the back foot out, front knee not coming over the toes, I hope. Have a quick look. And as you look forwards, just enjoy the stretch. Upper body, torso stretching, legs grounding and centered. 1 more deep breath in. And exhale to release. Now the best way to do the other side is simply to swivel round. The left hand now holding onto chair, left leg forwards, right foot turned out. And again, you can go as wide as you want to here. This is really lovely leg and hip opener. But remember, as you bend that front left knee, do make sure you can still see those toes. We lengthen up, one hand on the chair, and that gives us the opportunity to feel very secure here as we lunge deeply. Check the front knee again. It's so crucial to keep the toes in view. Don't overload the knee. And notice as you reach up now, does one side feel easier? Have you more capacity to lengthen and stretch? Again, softly gaze ahead. Enjoy those 3 breaths. Marvellous. Great. What a great stretch. You deserve this after all that marching. Inhale. Exhale, release, yogis. Now we haven't finished there. We go back to the first side and use the chair. And what I thought would be nice was just to practice our warrior 3. So we've done warrior 1, and warrior 2 we can do a bit later. We'll probably come back to the chair, we've got 10 minutes. But warrior 3 is a lovely balance. We've not really done a balance yet. I want you to hold on to the chair with your right hand. So your right leg is the standing leg. Your left foot, you're going to take off the ground a little bit. But you've got your balance. You've got your security by holding onto the back of the chair. This is a fantastic pose for the core, the entire body. If I've got some runners or, fast walkers, it's excellent for people who do fast walking and running. It elongates the spine and it's a strengthening pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the tummy muscles in softly, engage the core. The right leg is strong. And I'm just going to raise that back left leg. It doesn't have to be high. Flex the toes. And I know you can't see me, it's too long, unfortunately. So I'm going to imagine I'm pushing that left foot down as if it were pushing against a wall. And then if you wish to, you can take your hand, your left hand off your hip, bring it forwards in alignment with the ear and look down. And this is where we get that lovely elongation. Hand holding onto the chair. Right leg is strong and straight. We've engaged the core. Try not to turn this hip out. And as you flex the foot, look down, hold for 3 breaths. It doesn't matter how high that back leg is lifted. Focus on engaging your core, breathing deeply and lengthening the spine. So looking down keeps the back of the neck in alignment with the spine. And that's key in this pose. Then we can exhale and release. Strong, isn't it? If you think about it, all your body weight is on one side. So breathe deeply, okay? Switch on that breath work. Let's try the other side. So now it's my left leg that's strong and straight. I have one hand, the left hand on the chair to steady me. And that gives me confidence to be able to engage the core and raise the back leg. Remember, yogis, it doesn't have to be high, but do flex the toes of the raised leg. Either hand on hip as you look down, feel the elongation in your spine, or raise the arm and look down. Hold for 3 deep breaths if you can. Draw strength from this center. This is the center. Breathe deep into it. You pull the tummy muscles in softly, but you're still breathing with awareness. Hold for as long as you comfortably can. Don't strain. And just notice if one leg feels stronger than the other. We all have that. This really builds strength and stamina. Really excellent for building your strength and stamina. Gives us confidence as well. And then we're going to exhale and release. Shake it out. One of the strongest poses we can do in chair yoga, but really beneficial. Build the strength, build the stamina, and then when you get out there, you're not going to trip and fall at all because your legs are going to be strong. Trust me, it's a great pose and one I'd recommend doing as many times in the day as you can. Anytime you get a chance to just sort of balance, even at the kitchen sink, have a go. It won't be time wasted. It'll really be an investment. So, should we do a nice triangle pose? I think it's probably time to open the body after that. So now I've turned the chair towards me. I'm going to take my left foot in between the chair legs, my right foot facing forwards. We've got about 2 more postures after this we're going to do. So left foot between the chair leg, right foot facing forwards. I make that triangle shape with my legs already. Can you see the first triangle? So as I bend the front knee, I want to make sure I've got plenty of room to place my left hand on the chair. Now this is an all-over stretch, particularly again for hips, but again, the sun's out, it's an energizing pose, so I hope it facilitates some nice energy in your body later. Keep the front knee bent for now, and just practice rotating and keeping that top shoulder nice and open. Just roll it back a few times. Hopefully it feels a bit looser now. And then we're going to inhale And first of all, we're going to wrap that hand around the back of the waist. Then we can straighten both legs or keep the front knee bent. The back leg is straight, but the front knee can be bent. Now this is a shoulder opener. So I want you now just to take that hand round the back of the waist, keep this top shoulder open and look up towards the ceiling if you can. If that feels too much, then just look forwards because there's always an option. And hold for 2 deep breaths. The reason I pop this one is because this often is a nice pose to do before we take the arm up. It allows the body to open, and it's a great way to open and energize your shoulders. Breathing in, breathe out, turn back, and then release the hand, and now take it up if you can, palm facing forwards. Check the line, the arm is in alignment with the shoulder. You've got the ability to look up or look forwards. Straighten both legs if you can. If not, keep a micro bend in the front knee. And one more thing, yogis, enjoy. Take 3 deep breaths in supported triangle. One of the nicest ways you can open and energize the body. You're working legs, strengthening them, opening the hips, stopping them from getting tight and stiff and stubborn, and engaging the upper body as well as you invite the breath in. One more deep breath in. Exhale. Now the best way to come out of this, and one of the safest ways, is to release that hand down, turn back towards the chair, step that right foot in and switch legs. You're going to see the back of me now, yogis, but not to worry. Front knee is soft. We come into triangle now on the other side. Right hand gently supported and pushed into the chair, and then carefully, so you can see the back of me. It's quite nice to just see what I'm doing with this hand, isn't it? So this comes to the back of the waist. If you can, straighten both legs. If you can't, front knee remains bent. And then if you wish to, turn and look upwards. And again, take great care. If looking up doesn't suit you, look forwards. Front knee again can remain slightly bent. It's a great twist for the spine, but take care, be strong. And keep that top shoulder as open as you comfortably can. Wonderful. Now we're going to release the hand and raise the arm up into classic triangle, either looking up towards that hand or forwards, which I prefer to do. Now I've straightened my front leg, but remember, yogis, it may feel nice to keep it slightly bent, that front knee, but the back leg remains straight. Look forwards or look up and enjoy 2 more deep breaths. This is the sunshine pose, and the sun is out, so let's hope it stays that way, giving and providing you with really lots of lovely deep breaths and lots of energizing oxygen. Such a great pick-me-up pose. Okay, yogis, I'm going to inhale, turn back to the chair, both hands on the chair, come forwards with care, bend the knees, hands to the back of the chair, rise up slowly and step back and shake it out. Wonderful. Okay, now it's only 12:26. We've got another 3 minutes to go and then 3 minutes after that, which leaves us enough time to do a standing twist. We've not done a twist yet, so why don't we utilize what we've got, the chair. Okay, so bring the chair a little nearer and carefully hold on to the back as you bend the front right knee and place that right foot on the chair. I've turned my left foot out, taking it slightly away from the chair, turning that left foot out. And if you can, just bring your hands to rest for the moment on the right thigh. Now look forwards. So the left leg is strong. We can roll the shoulders back, relax our gaze, relax our jaw, and just enjoy standing tall. And we're going to turn this into a twist. We're going to take our left hand to the outside of our right thigh, just to steady and keep it there. We've planted the right foot firmly into the chair. It's quite safe. And the right hand goes, for now, just to the right hip. We're going to start to twist from our belly, then our chest, and then our throat, or our neck rather, as we look over that right shoulder. Now that in itself, yogis, is a beautiful twist. You're working the whole body here. It's twisting the spine. That's great for digestion in the gut, as we know, but we're strengthening our legs because we're actually balancing as well. Now, if you want to take it a bit further, then you can unfurl the arm, palm again, facing forwards, thumb up, and gaze towards it. But if that feels a bit tricky, keep the hand on the hip. Okay, and if you don't want to look behind, simply gaze towards the back of the chair. Okay, hold for one more breath, breathing in, breathing out. We're going to inhale together, slowly come back to the centre and relax. Hands go on the back of the chair as you release the leg, and we'll switch sides. I'll just show you that nice and clearly on the other side. Now it's the left leg, left foot that go on the chair. Turn the right foot out slightly, stabilise yourself, make sure you feel comfortable, and really plant the foot down, soften the toes, keep them nice and long. Hands come back, resting here on the thigh. And as you look forwards and roll your shoulders back, just be aware for one moment, does one side feel stronger? Does one leg feel more stable? So for me, this side feels easier. So maybe for you, it's the other side, but always useful, just a moment to be acutely aware of our left and right sides. Now, if you can, take your right hand to the outside of your left thigh and just take your left hand to your left hip. That may be enough for some of us. We don't even have to look behind. But if you want to, I'd like you to breathe in with me. First engage and twist from belly, then chest, and then the neck. We look somewhere over that left shoulder. Your right leg is strong and straight. Plant that left heel and left foot into the chair seat, sorry. And then for those that wish to, you can take the arm, only if you wish to, and take it behind you, twisting a little deeper. If that's too strong, keep the hand on the hip. Let's hold for 2 more deep breaths. Again, if you find looking behind tricky, and I do appreciate many people do, then just avert the gaze to look to the back of the chair if easier. Otherwise, we'll hold for another deep breath in and out. Just noticing if this side feels easier to twist into. When you're ready, we're going to exhale, come back to the front. Hands go back to the chair and release carefully. Step back and shake it out. Well done, yogis. Well, time again waits for no man or woman in this case. And it's already past. So come back to your chair. You've worked really well. It's quite nice today. We did a lot of work with the cans. We did a lot of marching, a lot of energizing poses. And believe it or not, when you then come to stand, you're working the whole body. So let's sit back. Let's roll the shoulders back. Let's take a breath in through the nostrils and raise the arms sitting tall. Let's sigh the breath away. Good. Release all the stagnant air. And we'll do that 3 more times. Breathing in, sitting tall. Fantastic. Inhale what's fresh and new. Breathe out what's old and used up. And 1 more, yogis. Inhale. Fresh energy. Release what's old and used up. Well, let's sit back now, yogis, and let's turn the palms uppermost, simply rest them, roll the shoulders back a few times, and then sitting tall, close the eyes or simply gaze ahead and join me in just taking a few relaxed breaths just through the nostrils now. Closing the eyes and just start to scan the body gently, observing how you feel physically now, checking in with any physical sensations as you just breathe in through the nostrils and breathe out through the nostrils. Just observing how you now feel. And allowing your body a moment just to relax after all that good work. Okay, yogis. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, open the eyes, and join me in closing the practice as we inhale together, bring the palms together, and take a moment to wish your body and your breath well. And may I say, have a great day, enjoy the rest of the day, as blustery as it is,